Welcome to Diced Up. From wartime action and historical dramas to superheroes, there's an action movie for all tastes. The pure action film starring Bruce Lee, Schwarzenegger, Van Damme, Siegel, Norris, Lundgren, Jet Li, Jackie Chan, and the like. If you're looking to get your heart pumping, but don't want to leave the couch, check out this list of the 20 best action movies you should watch right now. Note that this is a random list and does not follow any order.
And here we go.
Number 20. Dark Knight. After Gordon, Dent, and Batman begin an assault on Gotham's organized crime, the mobs hire the Joker, a psychopathic criminal mastermind who offers to kill Batman and bring the city to its knees. Supported by excellent performances from Christian Bale, Heath Ledger, and Tom Hardy, as well as physical, rather than visual effects, it's firmly in the classic action movie category. Since its release, The Dark Knight has been assessed as one of the greatest superhero films ever made, one of the best films of the 2000s, and among the best films ever made. Number 19. Olympus Has Fallen. When the president is kidnapped, a former Secret Service agent must use his expertise to rescue him as well as the other hostages. The film stars Gerard Butler, who also co-produced, Aaron Eckhart, and Morgan Freeman with Angela Bassett. The film received mixed reviews from critics, who praised Fuqua's direction and Butler's performance but criticized the overt violence and screenplay. Still think it was engaging and worth the watch. Number 18. Ong Bak. When the head of a statue sacred to a village is stolen, a young martial artist goes to the big city and finds himself taking on the underworld to retrieve it. Combining the feline agility of Jackie Chan and punishing close-quarter skills of Jet Li with his own brand of Muay Thai, there's no wire work or CGI in the film as he demolishes the bad people. The is a film directed, produced, and written by Tony Jaa and Punna Ridikrai. Number 17. Undisputed 3, Redemption. Directed by Isaac Florentine and starring Scott Adkins, Michael Shannon Jenkins, Mark Evanier, and Risto Shapov. Boyka, a Russian inmate, injures his knee before the start of the new prison fighting tournament. Despite his weak knee, Boyka decides to compete with the best fighters to earn his freedom. It follows events from the other movies in the franchise, so make sure you check them out too. Number 16. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. The story of Master Li, a warrior, asks Yu Shu Lin, the woman he loves, to pass on his sword, Green Destiny, to Surte. However, when the sword is stolen, Li embarks on a mission to find it. The martial arts sequences are still operatically beautiful, and counterpoint with the primly buttoned-down emotional lives of its characters, who tend to ache quietly for each other before busting out their swordsmanship and wudang skills. Number 15. Mechanic, Resurrection. The Mechanic was a remake of the 1972 film of the same name. The film stars Jason Statham, Tommy Lee Jones, Jessica Alba, and Michelle Yeoh. Arthur, a contract killer, is forced to assassinate 3 men and make them look like accidents by his arch-rival, who kidnaps his girlfriend and threatens to kill her. Don't know about you, but am a huge fan of the ever-bankable Jason and the thrill he brings to his films. Number 14. The Man from U.N.C.L.E. U.N.C.L.E., United Network Command for Law and Enforcement. In the early 1960s, CIA agent Napoleon Solo and KGB operative Ilya Kuryakin participate in a joint mission against a mysterious criminal organization, which is working to proliferate nuclear weapons. It is based on the 1964 MGM television series of the same name, which was created by Norman Felton and Sam Rolfe. The film stars Henry Cavill, Armie Hammer, Alicia Vikander, Elizabeth Debicki, and Hugh Grant. Number 13. Face Off. To stop some terrorists and avenge his son, John Travolta has to swap his face and voice with all-around bad dude Nicolas Cage. This simple and harmless bit of highly experimental surgery goes unexpectedly wrong though, and Cage ends up with Travolta's face. On top of all that, Cage as Travolta has planted a bomb that will destroy Los Angeles, and he's not telling where it is. John Woo's best Hollywood film is absolutely badass, and that is its core strength. My mom's personal favorite. Tell us your best Nicolas Cage films. I think Con Air and The Rock were pretty amazing. Number 12 Rush Hour, franchise. This action comedy film was created by Ross LaManna and directed by Brett Ratner with both Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker in leading roles. All three films center around a pair of police detectives, Chief Inspector Lee and Detective James Carter, who go on their series of misadventures involving corrupt crime figures in Hong Kong and Los Angeles. The films incorporate elements of martial arts, humor, and the buddy cop subgenre. Leave a comment if you agree that Jackie is one of the best actors ever. Number 11. The Raid. After getting stuck inside a 15-story safe house belonging to drug lord Rama and his team must use the little ammunition they have to take him down and survive the unofficial mission. The film showcases the traditional Indonesian martial art of pencak silat, with fight choreography led by Iko Uwais and Yayan Ruhian. Number 10. The Matrix. With amazing performances by Keanu Reeves, Lawrence Fishburne, Carrie-Anne Moss, Hugo Weaving, and Joe Pantoliano. It depicts a dystopian future in which Thomas Anderson, a computer programmer, is led to fight an underground war against powerful computers who have constructed his entire reality with a system called the Matrix. Thanks to the Wachowskis' imaginative vision, The Matrix is a smartly crafted combination of spectacular action and groundbreaking special effects.
Whoa. So what happens now? Your mission, should you choose to accept it.
Number 9. Mission Impossible, film series. Mission Impossible is a must-watch film with its action-packed scenes and impossible missions, Fallout being the latest in the franchise. Follows a series of American action spy films based on the series of the same name created by Bruce Geller. The series is mainly produced by and stars Tom Cruise, whose character is Ethan Hunt, and agents of the Impossible Missions Force, Ving Rhames and Simon Pegg. Number 8. Ip Man. Ip Man is a series of Hong Kong martial arts films based on the life events of the Wing Chun master of the same name, a grandmaster of the martial art Wing Chun, and a teacher of Bruce Lee. The film focuses on events in IP's life that supposedly took place in the city of Foshan during the Sino-Japanese War. The film was directed by Wilson Yip, and stars Donnie Yen as Ip Man, with martial arts choreography by Sammo Hung. The supporting cast includes Simon Yam, Lin Hung, Lam Ka-tung, Xing Yu, Hiroyuki Ikuchi, and Tenma Shibuya. Number 7. Commando. No doubt this film is a classic just like any other Arnold Schwarzenegger film. The music and the action was just insane, with young Arnold kicking ass. An ex-Black Ops commando whose daughter is kidnapped by a band of revenge-seeking thugs. With only a few hours to find and rescue his baby girl, he sets out on an explosive mission. Directed by Mark L. Lester and starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, Ray Dawn Chong, Alyssa Milano, Vernon Wells, Bill Duke, and Dan Hedaya.
Don't disturb my friend. He's dead tired.
Number 6. Ninja Assassin. With extremely brutal and bloody scenes, Ninja Assassins keep you thrilled all the way. The movie sees a young ninja, Reizo, turning his back on an orphanage that raised him. To avenge his lover Kiriko's death, he must battle Lord Ozunu, played by Sho Kosugi, who is responsible for his lover's murder. Number 5. Blood and Bone. Isaiah Bone is played by Michael Jai White, an ex-con who ventures into LA's street fighting scene. His life takes a turn for the worse when James forces him to fight the reigning champ in exchange for his loved ones' lives. Now boxing fans, this is the movie for you, with hardcore fight scenes that will just get you glued. Stars some big fighters: Matt Mullins, The Cat, Miller, MMA fighters Bob Sapp, Kimbo Slice, Maurice Smith, and Gina Carano. Number 4. Rambo, franchise. Director Ted Kotcheff has adapted David Morrell's touching novel into a cinematic masterpiece. Sylvester Stallone is cast perfectly as the mentally torn Vietnam veteran John Rambo, and so we are easily convinced by what plays out. Brian Dennehy plays the role of antagonist very well, and so too Richard Crenna in his role as Rambo's former commander. This relies heavily on the great story, proving that all great films indeed need this as their solid foundation. There aren't too many special effects going on here, just a good old well-made, well-written classic film. It's what makes me come back and be able to watch a great movie so many times, probably about 50 times in this case. Number 3. Black Panther. In Black Panther, T'Challa, played by Chadwick Boseman, is crowned king of Wakanda following his father's death, but he is challenged by Killmonger, who plans to abandon the country's policies and begin a global revolution. The film is comparatively light on action, and the pacing occasionally stumbles in the back half, but the sharp character work and rich production design make up for nitpicks here and there. And when the action does arrive, it is brutal and to the point, with a second-act car chase combining real-world action with Wakandian technology that I could watch on a loop for hours on end. Number 2. Bourne franchise. The Bourne franchise consists of action thriller installments based on the character Jason Bourne, created by author Robert Ludlum. The franchise includes 5 theatrical films and a spin-off sequel television series. If you were to watch this franchise, and I highly recommend doing so, I would ask you to skip Bourne Legacy and watch the other 4 parts in the correct order. The trilogies of Bourne, Identity, Supremacy, and Ultimatum are masterpieces. Number 1. John Wick. John Wick is an American neo-noir action thriller media franchise created by screenwriter Derek Kolstad and starring Keanu Reeves as John Wick, a former hitman who is forced back into the criminal underworld he had abandoned. And Keanu Reeves has done a fantastic job to deliver a great performance. Overall, this film has some fantastic world building, mostly great acting and brilliant fight scenes, making this movie a great watch. Appreciate you watching this video. See you in the next one.